This is your Usborne book consultant, Eunice. Today I'm going to be introducing the 1000 series by Usborne. I have all four. I think there may be more, but I have four, which is enough for me. You have 1000 animals, you have 1000 things in nature, you have 1000 things under the sea, and you have 1000 things to eat. Okay, so I will be sharing the links below of where you can get these books from the Usborne website. But here is the 1000 animals, right? And there's different categories in the rainforest. You have monkeys and apes. You have African animals. You have Australian animals. This is such a really great reference book, right? Arctic animals versus Antarctic animals, right? And knowing the difference between which animals live in which continent, right? From the north to the south. You have animals that live in the mountains, bugs, flying insects, right? Animals at home versus on the farm. All kinds of birds in the trees, spots and stripes, black and white animals, horns and antlers. You have in the woods, in the desert, right? Slithering snakes in the pond, rivers and lakes under the sea. You get a sense of, oh my gosh, it's just pages of it. There's a glossary too. So if there's a specific animal and you want to see a picture of what it looks like, instead of going to the internet and having your kids look at a screen, they can look at a good old-fashioned book, which is what I make my kids do. So that's 1000 animals. Let's go into 1000 things in nature. I love this book because, and here are some of the table of contents, right? I'm going to flip through some of these meadows and fields versus backyard, feathers, eggs, and nests versus creepy crawlers, fruits, leaves, and seeds, right? And just being able to know that, oh, that's what a pumpkin seed looks like. That's what sunflower seeds. This is a peach and a peach pit, right? A cherry pit, right? Knowing this is an avocado pit inside an avocado, right? And just knowing the different types of, right, dandelion, clock. This is so amazing. In the jungle, right? A Bengal tiger from India, woodland forests. This is great. Yeah, you can see a spotted animal. So it's like plants, animals, trees, fruits, flowers. I mean, this is amazing. In the mountains, savanna, and grassland. In the desert, and ice and snow. Under the sea. Ponds and lakes. You have by the coast and farms and fields. You have food from nature. And just knowing, oh, this is called a green onion. Oh, this is a spinach. Oh, this is an onion. This is asparagus, carrot, mushrooms, broccoli, red pepper, kiwi. We went to a farm recently. We went to, I think, the Underwood Farms in Ventura County. And, we picked lettuce heads, right? And they knew a lettuce head because they've seen this reference book, right? From Usborne, and all the different types of trees. We saw a eucalyptus tree in the Underwood Farms area, and then they can look at these different types of trees and be able to identify them. And for me, this is like so important. I want my kids to be, know a lot of things in nature. Here is a really good one on rocks and minerals. And again, an index of things that you can look at to find, and it tells you exactly, what page it's on, so you can find that. So that is the 1000 things in nature. Let's move on to the 1000 things under the sea. I like this because this is dedicated to things under the sea. There's a lot of animals and things under the sea. You have coral reefs, you have near the coast, you have seabirds, rays and sawfish, you have all kinds of fish. Just knowing all the different kinds of fish and just being able to I know a kid who has this book, and they just know, they'll name each one. They just read through each one, and they can memorize it from heart. Like my kid doesn't do that, but I know of other kids who do that. And all the different types of sharks. Look at this whole page of all the different types of sharks. I can't even imagine. Animals that live in warm water, in chilly seas, right? Whales, dolphins, and porpoises. In a kelp forest, right? In a rock pool. On the seabed, in the deep, dark sea, right? You have your favorite anglerfish. That's so fun to look at. With all the bioluminescence, like they can see what's in front of them because of bioluminescence. It's basically a flashlight, right? Lots of different types of jellyfish and all the names and all the colors and what they look like. This is so amazing. Again, here's an index of all sea creatures, 1,000 sea creatures. This is a wonderful resource. Oh my goodness. And here's one. I think this is not in publication anymore, so I just got this off of a different website because they don't publish this anymore. But this is 1,000 Things to Eat, and I thought this was interesting. All the different types of breakfast food. Growing up, I'm an immigrant. I'm not an immigrant. My parents are immigrants, so my parents didn't grow up, teaching me a lot of English words, right? I had to figure out, some of these things on my own. I didn't know what is a brioche, right? I didn't know everything was just bread, right? Or pastry, but this is a brioche. And, I don't know, just like knowing, I didn't know what, like when you were young, you don't know how to, all I knew was scrambled eggs, but I didn't know there were like different types of eggs that you can order at the restaurant, right? Home baking, store cupboards, all the different types of nuts, right? And just being able to identify what they are and just building their vocabulary, I think is so important. Here are the different types of fruits and being able to identify them, knowing what they look like and how to say it. More fruits, vegetables, all the different types of fish that you can eat and buy, all the different types of meats and the different cuts of meats, right? My husband is an avid smoker of meat, and so my kids know beef ribs and flat iron steak versus a ribeye and, all that good stuff. Pork belly. Here's the deli. They also have a sweet shop here. All the sweets that they could possibly buy from Sweet Factory Candy. I don't know if that still exists. Things that you can get from the coffee shop, fish market, out for lunch, right? Italian restaurant, what you can get from a Spanish restaurant on this side. They even have an Indian restaurant. They have a Chinese restaurant. They have Japanese restaurant. I'm Korean American. They don't have Korean, but they have Middle Eastern, Greek, and Southeast Asian. They also had different types of street food. And they have one based on the different festivals and celebrations, desserts and cakes. So here's an index. You know what? I'm going to check real quickly and see if they have kimchi, which they do not have. They don't have kimchi, so it's not in the glossary. So it's not on here. Kimchi is a very international food, in my opinion. So they should update that if they do, if they release a new version of this book. But those are the 1,000 series, and if you want to get these books, the links are below.